Y'all been telling me to be present. Presence. Defined best by this being in heaven whose impression is never lessened by the rejection with which we accept him, whose affections and election are never altered according to the times that we falter, not to mention the tension of dwelling with the people whom he loves madly, the same people who are addicted to depravity, resistant to his majesty. Every moment we lavishly indulge in our iniquities, boldly cold shoulder, sadly still tragically contest his request to reside in the beat of our chest. And still he reconciles and remedies, even though we are lessening, recognizing his beckoning to be present. And so we demonstrate acceptance by rejection. Oxymoronic or paradoxical. Optional is how we treat him. Nice sounding prayers from a half heart is often how we greet him. Negligent to the fact that we desperately need him.
Yeah, I got it.
Negligent to the fact that we desperately need him, and more consumed by the way we feed in to the Twitter statuses and Facebook photos. No more we are a generation, no more by secular media and its tasteless logos than we are by how much his spirit compels us. We can quote more songs. I can quote more songs by Jay-Z and Lil Wayne than what his breathing word tells us. Be present. Ask yourself how often and how intimate you just get into him. Engulfing yourself in this heaven on earth dynamic. His spirit, which is larger than life, makes Titanics look shallow in comparison. That we manage to ignore, fail to mirror him, should be his body and equipped to be his garrison, but still refusing to stand in trembling fear of him. Proved by our connotation as Christian Americans. Be present. Not asking you to be perfect, but acknowledge that he is and pressing in because he's worth it. So often we treat him like he's worthless. Reject him and neglect his decreed purpose. A God whose love is crazier than what Francis describes, and his truth is deeper than what Driscoll defines. A presence so abundant they break the budget. And so we must be obliged to deny our necessities, especially in Gethsemane, when we're crying for rescuing. Then decide God's recipe can alleviate the stress we plead. We must decide that if our priorities constitute we historically neglect, ignoringly reject the God who's restoring his elect to the image of himself, we must agree to release the attention we've withheld. So no more of these fast food prayers, microwave devotionals, semi-emotional responses. We must radically respond to the truth that God wants us and be present, defined best by our fullest attention, not attempted, only consenting to let his pen finish the sentence. Consumed by his fullest intentions, the inventor glorified by his invention. Be present.